Friday is the feast of St. Joseph the Worker. The feast was instituted by Pope Pius XII in 1955 to push back against the rise of communism. It not only reminded the faithful of the dignity of work, but not to neglect faith and family amid their many professional responsibilities. One couple in Texas is dedicated to reinforcing this point. Among the many initiatives of Pat and Tim Von Dohlen is the St. John Paul II Life Center and Pro-Life Pregnancy Care Clinic in Austin, Texas. Tim Von Dohlen integrated his career as a state lawmaker in Texas with his Catholic faith and sponsored many pro-life bills. He and his wife also have a message to busy families about the importance of making time for prayer. Tim Von Dohlen and his wife Pat join us now. Thank you both for being here. Tim, let's start with you. Why was fighting for the unborn such an important part of your life as a lawmaker in Texas?
Well, that's a great question because this was at the time of Roe versus Wade, and I was very involved after the Supreme Court decision in carrying the first pro-life legislation. And we worked awfully hard on that. It took some time to get it accomplished, but that was what prompted my involvement. Because, really before Roe versus Wade, there wasn't a lot of public focus on the abortion issue. But once we saw that had happened, it made it essential for us to become involved. And we did that and stayed that way throughout my time in politics, collective politics, and then in trying to help with public policy since then.
Amen. Well, thank you for the incredible work that you did. Now, Tim and Pat, you both have a beautiful love story. You're both devout Catholics, put your faith and family first, and met later in life. Can you give a brief overview of how you met with our audience?
Well, we met at the dump and got married in the gym. And that's really a true story.
It's all in our book. We wrote a book all about it and about our center. It's called In Life, the Journey is Everything.
And we found out that just because we were in our 60s at the time, at least I was when we met.
I wasn't quite there.
we had a great opportunity to combine two wonderful past lives before that and go forward with our life together, focused on our faith and family. And then particularly with Legatus, once we got involved with it, and we had Bishop Vasquez had asked us to be involved in getting the chapter started here in Austin, and we helped accomplish that and have been involved since then, now over 10 years. And everything that we do at a Legatus meeting draws us closer together because of the community interests that all the members have and share together with our Catholic faith.
That's incredible. Now, there are many faithful men and women who love God and feel that they've been putting him first, but might feel a little discouraged that they haven't yet found a spouse. What words of encouragement would you give them?
We're asked that question all the time by grandchildren. We have 16 of them. And the best advice, I think, is, first of all, you both have to have a strong faith life. That's so, so important. And then you have to be best friends.
Now, something I find beautiful in your story is how fruitful your marriage has been, both for the church and the pro-life movement in particular. You're both co-founders of the John Paul II Life Center and Pro-Life Pregnancy Care Clinic in Austin, Texas. Can you share the inspiration behind starting the center and why that was so important to you?
I had just become Catholic, and so I wasn't that familiar with everything the Catholic Church does, but I said, okay, the church says to have these babies. Where is the help afterwards? We found out that most women that were abortion-minded, they didn't want to get the abortion. They just didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't have the help. They didn't have parents who were helping or a spouse, or they just felt alone. And so we help them for the next 3 years, no matter what they need. We have so many volunteers at the center and groups that fix cars, that donate for rent assistance, whatever they might need. And that's the biggest problem when they realize that someone's out there that loves them and will take care of them.
Tim, you balance being a lawmaker with helping to raise 3 young sons and maintaining a law practice. What practical advice do you have for other fathers or even mothers who are trying to balance faith and family with a busy professional life?
Well, it starts with having prayer, faith, and you have to make yourself somewhat vulnerable to realizing that if you pray and you ask for God's help, it will come. Sometimes it doesn't come in your time; it's in His time, not ours. But prayer is so essential, and if you can include that with your professional practice, make it a habit. Get started doing something every day. Start your morning off with your readings, or at least the prayer that sets the tone for that day, and then share that with your significant other. It's so important for a husband and wife to share what they're doing every day and to make each one feel a part of the other.
Amen. Any closing words or thoughts?
Just that it's so nice to speak with you today. And we would encourage people to go to the John Paul II Life Center website and Vitae Clinic website and look us up, get to know us better. If you're down in Texas, we'll help you. If you need to call in, we'll help you, and we'll just give you some guidance on what you can do to make your life better and stronger.
Well, Pat and Tim, thank you so much for being with us today. God bless you.
God bless you.